Rock stars! This is part 3 of how to perfect your strumming without finding yourself falling out of sync, all right? Now, my friends, in part 1, we talked about the pick. We talked about the thickness of the pick. We talked about how to hold the pick. We talked about counting, a bunch of great stuff. You need to watch part 1. Part 2, we talked about ghost strums and the importance of being able to ghost strum on the upbeat, okay? Now, this video series is for folks that are falling out of sync when they're playing, or they don't know how to count when they're strumming, or they don't know when the down strum or the up strum should be, or they just generally are feeling awkward here, getting caught up in the strings, just that basic vibe. That's who this series is for, right? Hopefully you've watched 1 and 2. In this one, we're kind of upping our game, we're graduating, and this is going to be all about ghost strums on the downbeat. Now, why a whole separate video for this, Eric? Well, because I've said it a million times, I'll say it again, I've taught many students, and I always see them get caught up right here. In level 3 of the PDF that I've created for you regarding strumming. You can find it at YourGuitarSage.com/30, along with the first 30 lessons that I teach all my students. I provide this for you for free. It's literally free. You don't need a credit card or anything. So, now, what I find is that in part 1 and part 2 of the, or I should say in exercise 1, level 1, level 2, that's what I call it in the PDF, the only ghost strums you have are on the upbeat, okay, the up strums. So these are fairly easy to do, as you probably have found. But in levels 3, 4, and 5, I introduce you to this idea of ghost strums on the downbeat. And most people automatically, they go, oh, that's fine too, I can do that too. And then they go to do it and they mess up. 99% of the people I see do this mess up right away. Maybe not 90, probably 90%. Okay, that's probably more accurate. And so, we need to work on this, and I've got some tricks for you in regards to this. So we're going to just do let's say, we're going to say 1 and 2 and 3 and. So we're going to leave the or the 4 out. So I'll do this again. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Okay, so this time we left the downbeat or the down strum out instead of the up strum. May not seem like a big deal, but go ahead and try it for yourself right now, and you're going to see that it's a little bit cumbersome. And it'll kind of throat will throw you off a little bit. If it doesn't, great. But if you try to loop that 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and try it for yourself. See if it doesn't give you an issue here. All right. Now, this is going to be starting. The last exercise in level 5. That's part of the series that I'm talking about. The last one is the most used strum in pop, rock, in our basic pop rock genre, okay? And when I say pop rock, I'm saying not pop rock like Britney Spears. I'm talking the whole gamut. It's the most used strum, and you'll find that in my videos that I teach on YouTube, 75% of the time I'm using this strum. It works 100% of the time, 80% of the time. To quote Anchorman or something, anyhow. To quote Paul Rudd. Here we go. So, let's do this. So what we're going to do is we're going to go 1, or let's count it first out loud. Okay, so we're going to say 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and ghost, and 1 and 2 and 3 and. So you can put whatever you want there. Emphasis, you can say ghost, you can say whatever. You can say 4 very quietly, like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's helpful. And so once you can say that, then it gets in your brain. I find that if you can't get it in your brain first, it's not going to happen in your hand. And I have a few students where they just go straight to the guitar and they always mess up. So you got to be able to count it first. Remember, that was in part 1 of this series. So now that you can count it, you're going to go to strum. Muting with the fretting hand, and you're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Now if you mess up, just come in on the 1 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Does that make sense? So I want you to practice that really, really slowly, very surely, and very, accurately. So people are always trying to get to speed on the guitar, when in fact, really what they should be aiming for 100% of the time is accuracy. Accuracy equals speed. Speed never precedes accuracy. There's accuracy, and then when you become accurate at something, you can become fast at it, but never before then. It just doesn't happen. Go for it, and then show me, okay? If out of every 100 people, there's that one guy out there that thinks that I'm lying about this. Well, then you show me a video and just go for it. Just show me your speed right out of the gate without any sort of practice or accuracy, and then you can prove me wrong, okay? And we can post it to this video, okay? That's how confidently I feel about it, my friends. Okay, so important that you do this for this exercise and all the ones. So all the ones in 3, all the ones in 4, and all the ones in 5 in the PDF that you can find at YourGuitarSage.com/30, the free course that I've created for you, my friends. Now, another bit, if you're having an issue with this here, which most folks do, here's a couple tricks that you can do, okay? When you strum down, what I want you to do is either take your hand and hit your thigh or hit the bottom of your guitar. Why are we doing that, Eric? Because mentally, there's some reason why we stall up here. Most people go 1 and 2 and 3 and, which they're saying and while they do a down strum, because they stall up here. 1 and 2 and 3 and, which their hand stops. You gotta think about this thing like a grandfather clock. It doesn't stop. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. If you see this motion, 1 and 2 and 3 and stall, and not good because you stalled up here. You didn't keep it moving. You always got to keep it moving. But if you're having issues with that, most folks do. Here's a few tricks that you can do. One, you can strum super big, what I call big strumming. This is in that series. Just doing big strums, big swipes at the guitar when you're counting. I know it seems really elementary and goofy. Trust me, it works. So that's one thing you can do. Another thing you can do, hit the bottom of your guitar like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Now if you do that, that means your hand keeps moving, which starts building a neural path with your brain and your hand and your arm and everything to always do that. And then eventually you wean yourself from tapping the bottom of the guitar. 1 and 2 and 3 and tap. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and and eventually you won't have to do it anymore. The other thing you can do is tap your thigh. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Just make sure you're doing it in time. You're doing it nice and slow, not fast like I'm doing, okay? You do that, I promise you, if you do it, I've never, ever, 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 in 30 years or more, well, more than 30 years, I've never seen it not work if you do the practice in the exercises, in the order like I said it. Never seen it not work. So, if you're having issues with your strumming, my friends, here is the solution, I promise you. Watch the free series. There's a lot more information in there about strumming and about other bits and pieces that you need to know about the guitar. So that link for that's below. My friends, if you like this video, hit thumbs up and share with your guitar friends. That's the best thing that you can do as a thank you for me. I appreciate the thanks on here as well. I love the comments. And speaking of comments, leave your comments below. Let me know what issues you're having. Maybe you're having another issue with strumming that I don't know about. Let me know. I'd like to find out. Maybe I can help you with that yet. And it's probably talked about in my course as well. So I'm on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all those good places where the kids hang out. So please let me know how I can help you there as well. My friends, I'm here because I could not play guitar at one point, and then I said, I really want to play guitar, and I started practicing and I sucked. And I practiced a little bit more and I got a little less sucky. And I practiced more and then I got kind of good, and then I practiced more and then I got better. And I just got better, okay? And just through practice. So I promise you, no one's born with this. Anybody can play the guitar. You just have to practice, and you got to have the resources. Hopefully I can be that resource for you, but you, my friend, you have to practice your ass off to get good. Everybody does, okay? Hendrix, Stevie Ray Vaughan, everybody has to. So do that, my friends. Please take advantage of all my free stuff. I've got books. I've got all sorts of great stuff. A free ebook at YourGuitarSage.com and the free course at YourGuitarSage.com/30. Thank you, my friends. Please let me know how I can help. As always, spay and neuter your animals. Be kind to one another. Don't trust the man, and practice your guitar. See you in the next video.